but.
And I'd be interested so for the mid for Gambit. You know, funnily enough, you know, we were talking about it earlier. I would want the old Pugner to finish this one up. There's a Scarif on the other side. The disarm's going to be very nice, keeping people alive. It's another sort of save to play with from outside of the Chronosphere. Wow.
Gives you some building push, right?
Yeah.
You are kind of lacking that when
exactly.
CK's
Gives you a bit of chance to push in too. So a last pick, Pugner for Gambit could be hot.
I'd still be.
Do you like them? Sorry, I was just gonna be like Magnus with only one melee core. Is that too little, maybe?
Well, and that's what I was thinking. DK could be a good pick as well to pair together with it. But I mean, again,
true. I guess DK is another one of those heroes that's because you're so tanky, you're not just going to die necessarily to avoid Scarif combo. It's you might want to be thinking about having a not a not a squishy hero. Sure, if
you're dead.
Put the Chrono,
you dead.
Yeah, there's no saving that Pugner.
Especially with the Skywrath, he won't even. If your ward's down, he will not care. He will still just drop it on you, even if it kills himself.
Yeah.
So yeah, Aster, they don't have the last pick. They have this last ban into 21st pick. We'll see what they want. And then Gambit, they do have that overall last pick. It's tough, right? It's hard to pick an Ember against a Skywrath as well as a Void, so maybe they do go with that DK, who benefits from the Empower, also pushes towers.
All right, Mikasa, what you thinking? I think that's part of the reason why they banned the Timber too, potentially, is they could be thinking about a DK.
A melee, definitely another strength melee. Yeah.
But last ban.
I wouldn't be surprised if they banned the DK. I'm trying to think like what would be a good ban.
I mean, so a Gambit hero, of course, would be like the Templar Assassins. The TA is still there. They do like to play that. It's a pretty good game. You get there, so blink BKB, you're going to feel pretty good against these heroes. No, goodbye Skywrath.
Start one shot on that hero. They're going to use all their time here on this last ban.
Well, because they can go right afterwards into the pick too, and I think it also depends on like what do they want to play to round it out. Do they want the tiny?
Oh, they banned the OD.
They Kunkka?
Kunkka is still there, and
that sounds real good.
Yeah, it does. Also, especially on your team, you know, you have the Chrono, you get guaranteed boat, all this mitigation. I feel like if you don't pick it, honestly, Gambit very well could themselves, And they go Bristle. And look at the smile from Gambit, actually. They're like, uh-oh.
So Tiny, so what, showing Tiny to the mid, Bristle to the off, Void to the safe. So you know your matchup now.
Well, you could switch them. You could do Bristle mid or Bristle off, I think. You don't think so?
I think Bristle mid might be a little tricky.
Okay.
Especially without obviously seeing it right now.
Yeah.
That is a strange trio of cores, though. Void, Tiny, Bristleback. 3 melee heroes.
Where's the Empower? They need it on their team.
They need it, yeah. They don't even have the Rubik either to steal it, so that's such a... It's definitely very different.
It's just somebody to like stick in a lane and be like, you are not going to push into us.
Yeah. They do think the Kunkka. I thought, I was like, when they banned the OD, you said Kunkka, and I was like, yeah, that's good for both teams.
Yeah. I mean, we'll see how Aster plays, but I think, maybe they took the Kunkka themselves, and you are right. Chuan is playing the Bristleback, so...
you were right.
I guess against the Kunkka, that's the idea.
Yeah, melee versus melee, feels like he can have the edge as the Bristleback mid.
You know the other thing to watch for, it's Radiant Kunkka. They're going to try and stack up those Ancients. They're going to want to get Chuan levels, so that way he can try and steal them. That's going to be one of the big things to watch this game is how does that Ancient stack go? Because now Aster have a way to take it.
All right, guys. We see it. It's a best of one. You lose this game, you're out of the tournament. You win this game, you can breathe a little bit more easy. Who should be breathing easier going into this matchup now?
It's like I
like Gambits, honestly.
I was going to say, I want to go with Aster because I think Aster's the better team. They have a Void. But Gambit, they've got, I feel like, good heroes against the Void. They've got the CK and Kunkka. As long as the Kunkka gets the boat out and FNG gets a Frost Shield down, there's going to be a large portion of the game where the Void alone, like he's going to have the Sky nearby to help him with the damage output to actually get the quick kills in the Chronosphere. You're also playing, 4 melee heroes into a Magnus, so down the line if Shasha gets any sort of positioning item.
As well, even,
exactly, and the Chain Frost. It's a strong, solid showing here from Gambit, I think, in the draft. And even though I think Aster is the better team, and they have a Faceless Void, and this Void has a crazy win rate, I'm down to go with what Gambit's got planned here.
I don't think they have enough damage to throw into the Chronosphere. That's my biggest issue right now, is they've got Bobica.
Yeah, it's all on the Sky, really. If the Sky's not there.
Like, they're going to be getting a pipe likely on somebody. You've also got the boat buff.
Yeah.
I think that, I think Gambit could take it. Yeah, I think they can take it. Not enough damage.
But we're thinking it is reasonably even in the drafts with a little hint on that side. Okay.
Yeah.
But I would say I would have, if it was even in the draft, I would have said Aster.
Okay.
But I think that Gambit has a little bit of an advantage.
Okay. Well, that does mean we need to figure out, who cares what we say? We need to know what the players, it's up to them. Are they going to win or are they going to lose? Who knows? But we're going to send it over to our casters. It's going to be Cap and it's going to be Trent.
You know, every caster experiences those moments where you just are, all of a sudden you trip up, you're at a loss for words. But no man owns it better than Grant, honestly.
It's a knack, a talent that
really
he possesses to just, he just kind of starts, oh God, and there's just words that come out at the same time.
You know, it's kind of like
somehow
Slacks,
it
how
works
he could just
every time.
he could just eat during a post-game
Yeah.
interview with and you're like, that's
makes
on
sense.
brand,
Yeah,
you know,
okay.
and it works for him. So
Grant could never become eloquent, or then he wouldn't be Grant.
that's true.
Where's the room for self-improvement?
We
His
love
self-improvement is to make more mistakes. That's a dark path.
Wow.
Wow. Good luck, Grant. Good luck in your journey. You'll need it.
Our second CIS versus China matchup.
Yeah.
And Gambit, now the last hope for CIS in this major. And I would have argued they were the best hope going into these two lower bracket matches. I mean, after all, this is a team that just was in the grand finals of the ESL 1 Hamburg. They managed to push a very good-looking TNC to a Game 5.
Consistent, like TNC's probably been like the best team consistently. Out of the teams that have been playing since TI, if I had to pick a team to win a tournament, it would probably be TNC right now. So if you did that as Gambit, like that should, breed a lot of confidence in you here.
So Trent, I was shocked to see that they were bottom in their group. Absolutely shocked. I mean, look, come on, like. There's no way you expect this team, like, you push TNC to Game 5, who are now in the upper bracket semifinals, for you to bottom out. But maybe that says something. J-Storm, after all, they're also in the semifinals. They got second in that group. IG has already looked good. They finished out that group, and they lost to Beast Coast, who is obviously not a bad team. So maybe Group D was the group of death. We'll have to see.
And I already like some things I'm seeing from Gambit because I like these heroes. These are some nice meta picks.
Yeah.
They fit what everyone's doing with a little bit of hint of like your own thing. So
you're saying they're not team spiriting
Exactly.
us.
They're not team spiriting us and just picking a bunch of heroes that maybe they want to be good that just haven't really got the
Well, I want to run
stuff.
for Pango. Okay, immersion. I guess.
Laughs nervously. Yeah, pretty much. This draft, though, got a little weird near the end, I guess, as that bristle came out, and suddenly you're looking at these lanes, and you're like, everyone can kind of go anywhere. Like, there was even, like, perhaps, like, CK mid looked realistic for a moment there.
Yeah.
Depending on what the setups had to be, but the Kunkka, he lingered, he lurked, and makes it through in the last pick, so Mr. First Phase Man makes it all the way to the end.
It was definitely one of those, like, they could do a lot of things, and, here's all the things that could happen, but at the end of the day, it's pretty much kind of what you expected, right? It's running mid-Kunkka, we're running safe lane Chaos Knight. I would say even XXS Tiny is probably expected for this team. Not necessarily mid.
Any other team, I don't expect this at all for the Tiny, really. It still happens, but it's not my first pick. But for them, I feel like every time I watch Aster, it's him on Tiny.
Yeah.
Like, just super comfortable on the hero. He kind of plays it like, I don't know, he reminds me of like when Universe was playing last, and like he kind of had a Tiny near the end, and just like constantly spamming the off lane, using it to control waves, keep shoving out, try and dictate a lot of the pace of the game from there on the Tiny.
Our mid matchup, Bristleback versus Kunkka. That was definitely the swerve that I'm sure a lot of people maybe didn't see coming. Mid Bristleback. Not seeing a whole lot of that, but it seems like it's doing very well versus the Kunkka. 10-0 so far.
Makes sense, right? Yeah, I mean, pretty good damage. Doesn't have a Quelling Blade, but doesn't need it with the help of the Quills. Just uses that to kind of bully his last sitting, and now he's going to have a bottle there, too.
Oh, XS Vampire! Oh, swing and a miss there from Shot Slow.
It worked.
Fortunately, XS Vampire was able to save himself.
it was a threatening skewer. I guess. I mean, it threw him
out.
off.
I think the other thing I like about the mid bristleback, great bottle here.
Yeah, all right. Gets a regen rune, by the way. Yeah, haha, indeed, Boga. At least they have spotted this from side of Gambit. They have the ward down there, so.
I mean, is it good?
Yeah, he just has more time to anguish.
Yeah, GBK's just going to be like, oh, great. Oh, dear.
He's like pump faking X. It's just like, what's the point? Why do I bother? Maybe he'll catch him cocky with the regen rune.
Yeah, could be. See our bottom lane, the tiny Skywrath mage duo. That sounds pretty good, but then again, Chaos Knight is one of the best safe laners in the game right now, and Lich is probably one of the best 5s.
Yeah, your best bet would be trying to pressure the Lich probably, but you can see that FNG's just playing super safe under the tower, playing in the tree line. So they're just trying to put as much as they can into the CK, and he still has a salve left.
Yeah.
But he's level 3, so. Oh, that's nice.
That is the problem, right? It's like, it just, you feel very much under pressure against a Chaos Knight because you know the higher levels he gets, the lower the cooldown, or the more damage he's doing with the Chaos Strike and the higher the lifesteal. So he's just going to, get even more sustained. But yeah, Chuan cleaning up a nice little double stack here for himself.
I mean, seriously, once I see CK hit level 3, I just don't even want to cast spells on him. It feels completely pointless. Like, he's back up to full HP. He never used that salve, guys. It's still there. Like, his hero is just so absurd in these situations.
And he's matched into a no armor hero, so that actually makes his lifesteal even more effective, right?
Yeah, and now I feel like Bobica's going to be kind of like, oh, now what do I do?
Yeah.
The best you can do is maybe leech mid while your Bristle's jungling. I mean, you want to be applying pressure, but it's not going to be that simple.
Oh, check out some stacks. And Chuan's like, you were stacking, were you? Let's see if they actually noticed that the hard camp up the cliff was also stacked there.
Man, this is the play from Bobica. I love this. He's like, yeah, bottom lane's useless. I'm going to go steal some XP from my mid. I'm just securing your rune, dude.
Now, it does mean Chuan, actually surprising, no, he's actually up in experience still. So all that neutraling, I thought maybe he would fall behind a little bit of experience off of some of the nerfs that had happened. Dream is going to be saved here a little bit by the Lich armor, but is it going to be enough? He still has that healing salve. One last nuke. He's going to pop the healing salve before it hits him, feeling like he was going to get too low otherwise. Does kill a lot of his regen. There is the 5-minute shrine coming up, though. Gambit may have to give up the bottom bounty runes, but they can full heal, except for FNG's going to get a different kind of full heal.
All right, well, I underestimated the level 4 Tiny. He, with the help of Bobica rotating back in, that was a ton of damage. Like 400 just from the Tiny alone. And, I mean, perfect timing, too, right? To get the bounty secured like that.
I think that may have been their last chance to put pressure on the Chaos Knight, though. Because he's going to get treads. He has a bracer. He's going to get treads out of the side shop, and he's going to get level 5. That starts becoming a different kind of Chaos Knight.
Yeah, that's pretty much the end of the road. There is, however, an Ogre up top with level 2 Fire Blast, so that's a nice setup for a rotation from the Skywrath Mage. They could maybe try and catch Vampire up 2 fire, or even Shoshlo is pretty free.
Yeah, Shoshlo is, he's done okay for CS. He's right next to the Tiny in that regard. Void putting a lot more effort into denies, though, compared to our Chaos Knight. 1-0-3 build, still holding off on that one level in case he wants to get time dilation for a chase and a kill.
Man, I love that second point in the shockwave from Mag, doubling the damage like that. That's so nice in these situations where you're kind of duking it out with the other guy. Jeez, and he gets 2 bashes in a row on you.
And with the stun coming in, Chuan just going to stand in front of Shoshlo. They'll be able to get that kill.
Is that the rotation you expect?
Not
the
really,
mid
no.
Bristleback.
I also didn't expect Bristleback to be jungling at minute 3 or whatever.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of unexpected things happening from this Bristleback for me anyway.
Oh, were you guys stacking on? Let me take care of those.
Yeah, this guy's just a monster right now. He's taking all of these stacks. The Kunkka had a medium camp stack twice, and Chuan decided it was enough for him to take it away.
Dude, Lich TP'd even. I don't know about that.
Yeah. May have overreacted a little bit. Now, the big thing is...
He got the torrent stack, though.
This is a Radiant side Kunkka. He
Yes.
is going to be stacking up the Ancients for himself. Chuan's doing a great job. It's cheeky and everything, taking those regular stacks, but if you could take the Ancient stack, that'd be like the real win.
That's like game-winning stuff. Yeah. He managed to pull that one off. Oh my god, every time... Is he getting this stack off, or is someone else doing this?
I think he's been doing it for the most part.
We're going to have to check the camp stacked in this game for sure. That's one of those things where you see a game like this with like a bristleback or a gyro, and you can really get some appreciation for the support players that maybe you like didn't notice a couple times when they were doing it.
Okay, let me just say, Fade is 3-3 in CS, right?
Yeah, exactly.
But his net worth is 1,300.
Yes.
So I feel like maybe he did some of those stacks, yeah.
I would guess the same thing.
He got that shared bounty gold.
I can't believe how much gold you get stacking now. Like, I'll play a couple games, Coddle, Shadow Demon or something, and I'm just, the bank, just cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching.
Yeah.
Just watching it all roll in. It is really nice. It's very satisfying. Highly recommend. Your core players will thank you. Unless there's an enemy bristleback who steals them all.
Silenced up. Shotchlow should be fine here, I imagine, as he does have the skewer. He can go somewhere up the cliff at some point. Okay, he's going to bring Fade with him. A little bit of a accident there. Chuan's on his way. Actually, they're going to see this massive stack that they have going on here, but they really want this Magnus kill. And
here
they will
we
have
go.
Now the question is, what are they going to do about this stack?
Yeah.
They cleared out right now. Dream, he's going to try and do his best to protect it. He does have the Phantasm. He's going to pop it here. He wants to be able to fight, and he's going to go for the Bristleback. Chuan, though, turns his back to the Chaos Knight as best as possible. He's going to be pulled back into the boat. A big swing from GPK. Whoa, the Chronosphere coming out from SEC. That'll buy Chuan one more Quill Spray before he goes down to FNG and the big nuke. But Dream trying to fight out, has no Chaos Strike just yet. Won't be able to lifesteal it off. Bobica is able to clean up that carry. So they do lose a core apiece. It's not the supports that die, surprisingly. Now maybe a secondary core from Aster. It gets caught by the X into FNG's Sinister Gaze, while Old Fade is getting chased down by Shotchlow all the way to the ends of the earth. Fade is just saying, okay, this is just space. I'm going to try and pull them as to the deepest corner of the map possible. Finally, they do get the kill, but much better for Gambit, right? They got 2 core kills.
The only downside is that it's your CK, and he's down. He's not farming for a bit. Plus, he has to run back bottom, so that whole wave is just like hitting the tower. So it's a lot of lost gold and XP, but still.
XXS was farming this entire time?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, he can't get there, right? Like, how is he going to make it to that engagement? So, I mean, the fact they got the Void after was huge. If they didn't get the Void after, I feel like that almost goes in Aster's favor.
Yeah. Jeez. These guys are hating on Shotchlow. I've never seen a team address a 3-position Magnus more.
Now there's the race for the tomes when your offlaner's not level 6 yet. You know, he's clicking that thing.
I feel like you don't really need to put a whole lot of encouragement of making the Magnus turn support. I think he does that all by himself as a core, you know? But
yes.
I think Aster giving him that helping hand to transition into a 4.
I like being a Rubik or like anyone who can like push waves and stuff when I have a Magnus doing that.
GPK forced to use the boat on himself out of fear of being chased down by Chuan.
This stack is a bit of an issue.
Yeah.
It's like you have 3 points in the Empower, you have a CK. I mean, if CK and Kunkka team up, they could probably handle it. But they know. Like, Aster are so on the pulse on this thing. Like, they've committed to de-warding, too.
And look, they've already drawn it. They know exactly where they want to go with this. They want to go to that triangle. They want to see if they can do something.
Well, because Kunkka, as he's pinging, Kunkka's missing. They don't know that Kunkka's down in that jungle.
Yeah.
So they think that he's up here doing this right now. And now they're going to be like, oh, interesting.
Crazy part is they didn't even wait for XXS and Blink Dagger. They are going to be able to run into the Rubik here.
Dude, that was so unfortunate. That smoke was so close to popping before.
Yeah. Okay, well. Are they actually going to go for it? Looks like it.
All right, chuck him in. All right, at least come leech, boys. FNG's nearby. He wants that XP.
GPK. Thinking about throwing out a torrent.
Dude, I don't know.
A vision somewhere, but fighting into this bristleback so tough.
And look at the support's position in the back. I'm like, how are they going to get to this Sky and Ogre?
Okay, torrent. They throw out a Fade Bolt.
Everyone's just getting the XP. This is
But
so
Chuan
far
is
split.
getting all of the CS. Finally, they say, screw it. Gambit's like, we got to do something about this. They throw out the boat. That doesn't do a damn thing. And
No, why
GPK
now?
is going to be chased back. The Avalanche coming out. They might be able to get him the toss back with a Fire Blast multicast, but they do have a really good Chain Frost and Torrent on top of 2. With the beast being up from GPK, they toss him a little bit farther backwards to Chronosphere. Locking out the back line. They do manage to finish up that Kunkka at least. Now with the bashes, they will be able to get that Rubik, but look at all these low heroes from Aster. A toss. Oh no, he wanted to hit Dream, not toss Fade.
Oh.
Dream does manage to get that 1 kill, but otherwise, Aster get away totally unscathed. That was highway robbery, Trent. They just took away the Ancient Stack and won a team fight?
It's like they got vision. They knew it was gone, and then they're like, all right, let's go. There's nothing left to fight for. Now is our time. I don't know. I don't see the point of going in. I mean, you just split the XP of that entire stack 8 ways. Only the Void and the CK weren't there the whole time. And now that the bounties are all gone, I guess they felt like they were so clumped, because that kind of feels like it should be a good fight for you, right? You have this Magnus and you have this Kunkka. You're like, this is kind of a dream, but there's also a Tiny who's lurking in behind. I mean, that Chain Frost was almost perfect, and they still lost that fight.
Yeah. I think a large part of that has to go to GPK's rather reckless use of the boat, where he just kind of threw it out there and ran in and quickly ran out.
He tried to
That
farm
was
with
really
it.
weird.
Yeah, he tried to hit the Ancients, and was like,
Yeah.
yeah, here we go. This is the play, guys.
That's never going to compare to Bristlebacks, who had 6 stacks of quills on these creeps. Quick little kill here on Fade.
Well, XSS mission accomplished, has finally finished off that bottom tower as well. Has the Blink Dagger gold now too. He is rich.
Yeah, they're so far ahead. 6,000 net worth lead. XXS, as you said, has the Blink Dagger. Chuan working very quickly towards the BKB as he already has Phase plus Vanguard, so he's going to be tough to shut down. And, well, you've got Void with a Midas, and I'm pretty sure he's got 2 cores that are going to be really reliable to create space for him.
Yeah, I mean, you see XSS and you're like, oh, he's not that farmed. He's 5th on the list, but he's very close to the CK. He's only 500 gold behind. It's just his other cores on his team are way ahead, especially Chuan. Jeez. What's our play here now is Gambit, though. I mean, you've lost your Ancient Stack.
Yeah.
Your CK is going the classic, the Armlet Heart. So he's worthless at the moment. Well,
Aster, they seem to think the same. They're just going to keep on smoking into this triangle, keep on forcing fights, and finding picks just like that. On poor old Shots, though, man.
yeah.
What has he done to Aster? He's 1-5-1 now at 15 minutes. A death every 3 minutes for this poor offlaner. It's not quite ice levels of feeding, but
Well,
he's certainly
it's
being
only
targeted.
15 minutes in. I'm sure he'll
That's true.
get there. He's halfway there, I believe, according to the averages.
Well, Aster, they do manage to take the enemy offlane tower, which is another step in being able to take over their triangle. Now, the biggest step would just be taking that mid tower away from them, and that's where Aster is running to now. As you can see, Chuan headlong, head deep, goes just straight between the tier 1 tier 2, chases back any of the Gambit heroes who even think that they're possibly going to defend this tower. You're just not. Chuan's going to chase you away. Nice stolen toss that's going to be able to get him away, but now he's just throwing him on top of the Kunkka, and Kunkka, he doesn't want anything to do with this Bristleback. Fortunately, the X will help protect him, but Vampire still being chased, as is GPK. They just don't give a damn about towers at this point. They do manage to kill the Rubik, but since Bristleback has no stuns in his toolkit, can't stop GPK from teleporting back.
This, if you look at these Dire heroes, this lineup is so bad if they're behind. This is one of the most worthless lineups. If you come out of the laning stage, a little behind, a mag draft. I feel like I'd have this Bristle who just can't do anything. But
yeah,
in these situations when you're ahead, I actually don't even know what the Radiant do right now. They're in so much trouble. I started to look at holes in this draft from Aster. I'm like, okay, what do they have trouble doing? It's well, they have constant kill threat because they have a Tiny Skywrath Mage who are ahead right now and still have burst potential even on some of these tankier heroes as he continues his way to the ice. He's now at ice. And just a few more to go.
GPK. Okay, I thought maybe they were going to go a little wild and crazy there and try and go for the bristleback kill. But no, he's just
Thank
Xing
goodness.
and trying to deal with creep wave.
But yeah, I mean, they just have a pretty clear strategy now as Aster. Secure the tier 1s, check. Get some forward vision would be nice. They got a little bit down bottom. Might want to try and take over that bottom jungle. And then they should be thinking about Roche a little bit here because they can do it very easily.
Sure.
With their bristleback.
They've got vision of the ancient camp in the triangle.
Yeah, that's a real nice ward. I love that one. It is not currently under a sentry, actually, so that's good. I feel like that's probably not going to last very long. Teams are very aware of that ward. It's like the most classic ward to place when you're trying to deal with ancient stackers.
Meanwhile, I mean, Aster are burning through smokes nonstop. This is like their third or fourth smoke. They are not going to have anything left in the tank soon. Gambit, I mean, their win
feels safe here
very
too.
Clear, right? They just want to hold on, but poor Dream. He's going to get caught out trying to farm this hard camp. X-Success leading the way. They're going to immediately try and TP in, but with Fire Blast coming in, Bristleback feeling very confident he can continue to go for this kill on the Chaos Knight. The Frost Blast just keeps on bouncing, though. The Chain Frost sticking onto X-Success, and Dream is actually getting away here thanks to that RP, but there is an X on him. Whoa! Didn't Chuan just juke himself? He's going to finally go back to Dream, catches him, and Aster. Took a little bit, but they do manage to kill Dream.
Because Kung could X them. Like, there's no Rubik on the enemy team.
What was that?
So they just tipped the Kung. He's like,
did he just
yo,
totally
thanks, guys.
misclick? Or?
I think so. I think he meant to hit the bristle.
Well,
but,
if
like,
he had hit the bristle, Dream actually would have gotten out.
Yeah. Yeah. So good tip, Bobica. But I can't believe they did that with 3 heroes. That felt a little unusual. Because I was looking, I was like, all right, Dream's just dead. It's like, oh, it's just the 3 of them. Like, I think Genki's 3 heroes there, even if this far ahead, is super, super greedy. Because, like, there's a shrine. Like, they can be 5. 5 on 3 with any kind of a lead. Like, when you do the math of the your net worth lead, that's not 2 heroes.
Yeah. Especially since Gambit is getting towards some of their timings, one of which is this Radiance Kunkka, but he's going to be targeted first in this fight. Immediately Fire Blast and Multicast going up. He does manage to get the boat off, and that's going to protect him quite a bit as they continue to try and chase it. If anything, X-Success is going to be the one pulled back potentially to his doom, but Gambit, they want nothing to do with this fight, seeing as they don't have the RP, they don't have the Chain Frost that was so effective last fight. FNG will be the only casualty, though. I'm sure Gambit, they're kind of okay with that. Not going to be super happy about seeing SCC's farm, though. He's almost got a Mjolnir.
No, he is just having an absolutely fantastic time. Midas is ready once again, and not pressured to go for the early BKB because his team is just playing like basically as a vanguard between him and the enemy team at all times.
Yeah.
He's never really felt that pressured. There's even an invis rune now for XXS too, so any sentries down here? I don't see any. Oh, they're going to place one. Okay, they knew then, did they? Oh, yeah, they have an observer over on the right-hand side, so they saw the invis rune. So they're waiting, hoping to bait him.
Well,
yeah, there's still half duration left, but he's not going to go for it.
if they can, I mean, they can always, the one thing I like about Chaos Knight versus Void is that you can always win the late game against it.
Yeah.
Right? It's always possible because you do have such heavy burst and you've got the BKB piercing Reality Rift. Nice telekinesis that'll prevent the toss that would have landed GPK right next to all of Aster heroes.
Oh, wow. Dude, that was a big brain boat.
That really was.
That was like super smart.
The avalanche is not going to be there in time. Good TP.
That kind of saved him.
Yeah.
Wow. Because he didn't even get the debuff, or like the buff from the boat. That was just a straight up like they're going to toss someone or they're going to blink or something. All right. I'm impressed.
GPK's a smart man.
Yeah. This guy's a Kunkka gamer, it would seem. Oh, I mean, he's gotten his big item, and we're close. We're only 1,000 gold away from the Reaver. How scary is Heart? This is a pretty burst-heavy lineup from the side of Aster. The only person who's not really burst-reliant is Chuan, and then I guess you could argue Triple C because he's like so farmed at this point that he has a lot of sustained damage, even though Void's like kind of a burst hero because he's all about his chrono.
Yeah, the Heart will definitely be scary. It's just a question of whether or not this like Void is far enough ahead that like a Chronosphere and then like him getting some Mjolnir procs and then, you know, a little bit of damage thrown in. That could be enough that it kills. Maybe it doesn't kill Dream.
Yeah.
But it could kill like his effectiveness in the team fight. You know, it's like it may actually just come down to initiation in that fact. If he gets the full HP Phantasm off, then maybe Gambit can run away with it. But if they're initiated on first, it's definitely going to be it could be a very different story. And
if Gambit were to get like one pick, their chase is pretty good. I mean, you have Kunkka, who's like one of the best chase mid laners since Puck's kind of bad now. CK's got stun, Ruby's got stun. Even Mag can like kind of help a little bit, so.
You know, when you said Puck was bad, I was going to say, well, tell that to Boxy, but they ended up losing their series today, so maybe he is still bad.
I mean, I like Puck, but as a mid laner, you know, doesn't really fit the the game anymore. Oh, this is the, all right, we kind of didn't get the perfect fight last time, so just go Roche.
I have not seen this very often, but Chuan went for the max goose stacks, which most of the time, most people are going for the 250 health. But this is very clearly an Aghanim's build.
Yes, that's the only way you do. Yeah. I mean, it's pretty cool. The goo is a pretty ridiculous spell. It's certainly an undervalued aspect of Bristleback. It's his jam, you know, his nose jam.
I mean, so many people were neglecting it in their skill builds, right?
Yes,
they would go 0 to 1. In fact, Chuan actually did do that because he was laned against the Kunkka. But nowadays, everyone realizes 1-1-0 at the very start of the game is really powerful. Even going goo level 1 for bounty fights, that will get you a lot of first blood.
Yeah, it's like pretty much decay at the bounty, you know, where it's like there's this diminishing of just like, all right, guys, we can't fight this guy anymore. Like, I got to get out of here.
All right, Hearts online.
Hearts online, Aghanim's online.
Almost,
dude, I can't wait to see
these. Level 15 as well. I mean, that's a big increase, getting both Heart and the 15 strength, but he's going to get caught here, and his survivability is going to be put to the test as he's going to pop the Phantasm. He's immediately going to go for XXS, time dilation. What a Centaur stun, though. Jesus, the Torrent is going to come out. SAC, he's just been bursted down. That is going to be the Aegis.
That's so good for them.
Dream
get out, Dream.
At half health, feels like he can still go for more. The RP into the back line, but they're just going to focus down Dream right now. The rest of Gambit, they've left him alone. He survived for quite some time, but Gambit was like, no, we're not taking that. What happened to the RP?
I don't know. He RP TP'd somewhere.
All right.
Yeah, I don't know either. I just heard it.
Well,
the big brain play.
Probably means it was an ineffective RP. If you only
he
hear
got
it
out.
and don't see it,
he made it home.
I guess. It's more than Dream could say.
Yeah. Oh, Bobica. Oh my God, he just couldn't quite get in there.
Close call.
Yeah.
All right, well, another 4 bounty runes for Gambit.
Thank you,
or,
enemy.
Excuse me, Aster.
As the caster points out, he had a Rod of Atos.
Yes.
So thank you. It's always nice to get help from our friends.
Yes.
I want to see these
Shout out
Phantasms.
to Light of Heaven for that one. Enemy Shrine, 100%.
Enemy Shrine, 100%.
Like, all right, Light of Heaven, thanks.
All right, relax.
I get it.
It's like it started as a joke, but my God, he just can't stop.
He just can't.
It's been like 3 years. He just keeps, like, since they dropped, he just keeps pinging shrines. I've done a shrine ping or two in my day. I definitely accidentally pinged a shrine. Okay. It's when I'm trying to click the spawn boxes. Maybe he's just obsessed with creep stacking or something.
Could be.
I'll give it to him. They're going to try and shadow Dream and say, all right, if the same thing happens again, we're going to be there. And this 4,000 health, yeah, it's going to be good.
I mean, when you have that much health and you have Kunkka's Rump coming in,
yeah,
that's a lot of survivability. They just need to actually be there when he's gone on. That's why I think it's like this initiation is all important, right? Like if you get off Phantasm and Boat before Aster actually does any real damage, then just give up on trying to kill that cast.
Well, here's the thing. Do you think the goo will just kill all the Phantasms, though?
I think the goo may actually make it so that maybe it won't kill the Phantasms, but it will slow everything down a lot. Your chase is going to be really killed.
The AoE is deceptively huge. Because when you think about it, you think about how you're like single targeting. But like, man, that's a lot of good. This guy's nasty.
One of the great upsides to the Aghanim Scepter, always being able to cast your goo.
Yes, yeah, the Warpath.
A lot of people do not get up to max Warpath stacks for a good reason. If you don't have the Aghanim Scepter, it's pretty hard to get 9 stacks.
His mana regen's nothing to write home about, though.
That is true.
He's
That's
got,
why, he's working on Shivas.
Yeah, there you go.
Talk about kiting the illusions. AoE goo and Shivas.
The only thing that's kind of annoying at CK, though, is, like, doesn't matter how much you kite those illusions. It's that one slap where he just does, like, 1,200 damage to your hard carry.
Do you think SCC, does he need, like, a butterfly or something? Just
I would not mind that at all. Because there's no way CK's buying an MKB.
He could just go for the normal satanic build as well, but who knows if that's going to be enough HP for you.
Satanic's pretty good because there's a mag as well. Like, that's kind of a classic item versus him now, I feel like.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone just goes Satanic to try and deal with the RP. Their counterplay to the RP is not bad this game either. Like, you have the max emergency of the Chrono if he's not in there.
Yeah.
You have the Tiny. Tiny's a pretty good answer in general.
Right.
It's kind of it. But it's, but it's not bad, you know?
Not terrible.
I've seen worse.
Do they have any force staffs or anything?
I don't think
going to work on one.
Oh, he's getting one. Oh, they're both getting one, actually.
Okay.
Both supports.
Yeah, that would be the play. Dream, I'm a little bit concerned that Dream doesn't have a ton of experience. Like, level 20 and 25 are big levels in Chaos Knight.
I mean, he doesn't have the Midas like SCC does. He hasn't lived through a lot of the fights either. And he hasn't gotten a lot of solo time, too. I feel like he's been shadowed a lot when he's trying to push. But yeah, 16's pretty low. I mean, I wonder what Bobica's at now. He's at 16 because of the talent. Well, will they catch him with this smoke? This is very aggressive. I think he's out.
Wait, Trent, are you telling me that Skywrath Mage went for the 30% experience gain?
Wait, have people not been?
He didn't go for the 20 movement speed? He didn't go for a windlace? Color me shocked, Trent.
I know. It's a tough call when you're playing a hero that has such insane spells that you don't want more of them. It's very strange. I mean,
Smoke going to be broken here as Chuan leads the way, and is going to be able to catch some heroes. Vampire, he's going to be the victim of a Rod of Atos long range from Bobica. Fade tries to find an additional kill somewhere in here, and that's going to be Shotchla, who no longer has Skewer. Another 8 seconds for his next one, but it's going to be about 2 seconds too late, I think, because sure enough, Tiny's going to jump on him, avalanche toss, and sure enough, 2 seconds too late.
I really thought he had enough distance there. I can't believe he didn't get out. I guess he's just, like, kind of slow. He's slower than... I mean, maybe it's this Ogre's really fast. 440 move speed when Bloodlusted.
Dude, Gambit have a... some sort of weird meme they got going on here with this team. Between Chaos Knight and Kunkka. Kunkka's actually going to be going for a heart as well. Okay, Chuan, you might have pushed your luck a little bit there, friend. Trying to 1v4 into a shrine, but he does manage to survive through all of this. One Vampire's going to fall, but XXS, now maybe he's going to be caught, but Gambit actually not feeling too healthy right now. They're going to go back in for Fade, but finally SCC, he's here with the Chronosphere ready to go, and Chuan's going to start stacking up those goose stacks. They're going to go for the Kunkka first, leave Dream for last with the Rod of Atos and all the magic damage coming in from Bobica. That is 4 dead from Gambit.
That's the thing about Bristle players. They're both big and small-brained, and you can never tell what kind of a play they're making. Because that looks terrible. You're like, all right, I don't know what you're doing. Then he survives on 10% HP, and you're like, oh, sick, we won. I mean, CK has no buyback. He's been trying to build towards a halberd there.
Yeah, if Gambit play that just like slightly differently with like the Sinister Gaze, you know, if they all hit into his front or something like that, then he just dies. But he gets away with 10% HP, and then that's enough for Aster to, in the end, catch 4 heroes. And, oh, yeah, it's not looking so hot right now for Gambit.
I mean, they lost their 2 cores that each one of those cores is worth as much as the other 3 heroes combined.
Yeah.
I mean, those are not the guys you want dying.
that. It looks like he changed it up. Kunkka's going to go for an AC instead.
Bold.
Yeah, they kind of need that armor because this bristleback has proven to be a really sick last pick.
They've just resigned to the next Aegis, and it's only gonna be about a minute left.
Yeah, they gave SEC Chuan's bottle and grabbed double damage, so that Roshan will be really easy for them to take when it does come up.
They need that giant RP and a level 2 Chain Frost. It's the only way. But 9-second BKB on the Tiny, 10-second BKB still on SCCC. So yeah, it's all about that RP, and you have to RP before BKBs.
God, I hate 3 Magnus.
Yeah, I don't.
I mean, just look at him. He's a 3 that's an Empower and Pipe bot. Maybe you get a good RP.
I like it when you have a 4 that can, like a Lina, like someone who could have been more active on the sides. Like,
yeah,
I don't know, Rubik just doesn't clear the waves quite as fast, so he's not good enough. Like, I don't mind if it becomes a support, and it starts off as a core, but you need another support to step up. Not an Aether Lens only at 33 minutes Rubik.
Well, this is yet another good way, I think, to deal with Phantasm. AoE Tree Volley with an Echo Save.
Yep. Man, those things are going to be like negative move speed.
Yeah.
They are not going anywhere. What's he have? 1,500 surplus now in the CK, so he definitely, man, he farmed up a lot in the past couple minutes. He also is almost level 20. Man, what did Dream do? He must have been alive. Did they get a kill? They didn't, right?
I thought
they didn't in that fight, did they?
Oh, no. They didn't.
Man, he got a lot of farm. That's like kind of crazy.
The last time they got a kill was Dream killing XXS's Tiny at like 19 minutes.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
Oh, GPK.
Well,
oh my god, he lived.
You don't have the sign.
Oh god, your voice lines are so good. Even when you're getting absolutely dumpstered, you make the tiniest play. Get under their skin just a little bit.
I don't know. You think that works? I think from Aster's position,
I think for some players.
Yeah, if you're bragging about like not dying,
yeah,
and that's all you can brag about for the last 15 minutes,
it's personal motivation. It's gonna make the Kunkka feel better.
Okay.
You know?
That's true.
Oh my god, they're so close. Oh jeez.
Okay, gonna be able to find him. Bobica tries to drop the bomb on Vampire and will be able to get the counter kill. Dream tries to get out, but actually caught by the Avalanche quickly in time. Now Dream, he's gonna be forced to fight, but this is not gonna be much of a fight at all. It's gonna be a massacre.
Oh, that was the gem too. That looked like a permabash on the old CK.
Yeah. Well, he does have
Death
my
summary.
back,
Stun, 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 stun. Avalanche and the bashes. Yeah, that's pretty rough.
I mean, I guess the upside is they can't go high ground because they're just going to wait for Roshan. Now you've got
that's the upside. Yeah, there you go.
You've got both Butterfly and Satanic on SEC, and you're going to have level 25 coming in. I guess they are going to go for the high ground, though.
Well, they've already got it.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah, I know. It's happening fast.
Losing my mind here. All right, well, that's going to be Tier 3 falling real fast, huh?
So these best of ones are really the epic battles that we hyped them up to be, guys. You're welcome.
I really thought that Aster Gambit was going to be the closest best of one. Right? Because, like, yeah, Gambit bottomed out of their group, but they're still a good team.
Right? Right, guys?
Right? Oh, boy.
All right, well, he's got the time walk.
Well, I honestly think both these games, Draft had a big impact on it. And this last pick Bristleback, I think, was nothing short of brilliance from Aster.
It was very good. And the way he played it, too, just like hyper-aggressive. Just they killed the Mag. The Mag has a very set plan. There will be stacks. We will attack the stacks.
Yeah.
You won't protect the stacks.
Okay, start out with the Chronosphere. Telekinesis, though, that's going to stall things a little bit. Of course, not enough that FNG is going to be living through it. He's definitely dead, and he doesn't have buyback. But Chuan does get a little bit low. Shotchlo is going to be able to get the one-man RP. That's what your big aim was? Well, Dream,
Oh, the
he
cheese.
almost managed to finish on Chuan, but the cheese goes off just in time. And now Dream, he runs out of damage as his illusions are gone, and he just can't crawl back to the fountain. He does have a buyback. Maybe you can pull someone in, but no, they're just going to call it. They know they have been thoroughly routed by Aster. Well,
Yeah.
I guess there's no question in who was the better team in these best of ones. It was definitely Aster.
China, showing up, right? This
Yeah.
is their major, and they're down to the bottom. The last thing you want to do on home soil is go out at the very bottom in the playoff stage, and so
Yeah, don't want a repeat of TI.
Yeah.
So
didn't do it. They survived. They will live to fight another day here at the major. And yeah, I don't know, draft for sure. But I feel like both games it was like the first 10 minutes of play too, where one team is just like making all the moves, and everything's just kind of like going perfectly for them.
Sia Astona, meanwhile, sad fate for them here at the first major of the season.
Not everyone can be NA, It's
true.
tough being at the top, guys. We're gonna ride this for the one tournament. Where are all those
5
European
years
teams?
from now, we're still going to be singing the praises
Oh, do
of
you
the
remember?
NA MDL major. Do you remember?
Oh.
Let's see if our panel remembers. Grant, do you remember the NA major?
My friend, I remember it very clearly like it was today itself. But yeah, that was some Gambit, that was some Aster, and Lyrical OD. That was one-sided, my friends.
That was a stomp.
That was, I think Gambit are going to be very disappointed in that performance like this. The fact that it was just so one-sided. Like, you definitely expect more from Gambit in a match like that. You do not expect to see them go out like that. So, a huge disappointment from them. But Aster, hey, it was smart. And that last pick, Bristle, they were not prepared for it. We saw the way that this Bristle he was like level 10 at 9 minutes. He was just taking it every single camp, every single stat. It was all Chuan's. He was everywhere he wanted to be, and they couldn't stop him. They weren't prepared for the mid Bristle.
I've never seen a coach, I think, have like a bigger impact on a game than Mikasa did with that. Because you could see him, like, he was just talking through, all right, we're going to do this, we're going to do this. You're going to run through the jungle and take all their stacks. I don't speak Chinese, but that's what he was saying.
That's what he was saying.
I promise you. Like, 110%. That's what they did.
Not wrong, yeah.
And they stuck him there because they're like, he's going to be able to take those stacks even before Kunkka can.
Yeah.
Like, Mikasa, A+.
Yeah, I mean, we talked. It felt like a lot of the game was decided at that ancient stack where there was like 50
when you saw
of them.
that, you're just like, well, it's over. It's this hero can walk over to Radiant side of the map, do this.
They can 5-man him and still not kill him.
Exactly. It doesn't feel good. Even if you're sending the whole team there to try and get him away, you need the whole team there at 9 minutes in to try and stop him. And even then, you don't really successfully stop him. But he's still taking it. It's just, I think at that point, Gambit 10 minutes in, they were like, well, what do we do? We have no answers.
Honestly, they
what do
probably
we
said
do?
that,
Yeah, that was disgusting. And it was just like all the other little things too. You saw them like just basically never panic. They knew that, all right, our Void is going to have a good enough time in lane that we don't have to worry that much about keeping heroes there. So they were able to roam in with multiple heroes. But really, it was just the Bristle show. So super impressed with Aster. I think after that one, I'm like to the point where I'm almost saying that I think Aster's going to be a top 6 team, if not higher. Like
I had him top 5. Yeah.
Like after that,
top 6,
from the lower bracket, I could definitely see it happening. There wasn't anything about that game that looked bad, and I think they came out of a really strong group.
Yeah.
I do think that it is definitely one of those things that it was the perfect strat to save for best of one, right? Because they bring out this mid bristle, they play it in the way that it did. It totally counters the sort of stacking and the slow way that the Gambit want to play. Yeah. Teams are now going to look at that. They're gonna be aware that this is something that Aster does very, very well.
Yeah. But the thing is I think it was more a reaction than a strat coming in.
I
think that fifth pick Bristle was like they're going to just be trying to stack up those camps. Let's go and deal with that problem that we're addressing in the draft. I don't think they came in expecting to play Bristle. I don't know what you think about that.
I don't think they did either until those last picks, right?
Right.
It almost felt like Gambit. They knew they were going to last pick that Kunkka, and then they had this Bristle. It ended up mid, and as you said, they just stole every single stack. And another part of that, maybe, obviously, we're saying goodbye to Gambit, but 3-position Magnus, not seeing much success since TI. I don't know. It's one of those, right? It's a core hero, but does it feel like it's doing core hero stuff?
Doesn't. And I think you would maybe see it be more successful if they had have got the Jug, the PA. You know, a hero that really benefits from the empower.
That is there.
CK and Kunkka, they're both melee heroes, but they're heroes with very slow attack speed. The empower, it does still speed up the farm. It's a bit of extra damage, but it's nothing like the speed that a Jug or a PA utilizes it. You know, compared to these agi carries that are hitting so fast, farming camps it so fast and being able to do so much damage during the time of an RP. A CK and Kunkka, they're not just going to be anywhere near the same level. So, you know, it's just, as you were saying, Mikasa, you're going back to the draft, you're seeing that second phase of bans where they say we are just going to ban the Jug PA, and that sort of seemed like, looking back, that was the beginning of the end for Gambit's draft. And
just take it in the first phase. Like, what did Lich give them in that game that you wouldn't be able to get later on from another pick? Like, wasn't Coddle still in
Coddle would have been there.
Like, it was in there the whole time.
They could have taken PA or Jug at that point and then just rounded it out afterwards with the 5 afterwards.
It felt like the Lich almost gave away that they wanted a Jug or PA.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
They might not have banned both, as you said, Owen. Like, they might just ban one. Because there's the Jug, they're like, wait.
No,
maybe we should just ban them
exactly.
both.
I think that was probably what you would say is the biggest error in the draft. You open Mag, and if you absolutely want a PA or a Jug, you got to take it second. Teams are not going to let you get it on the second phase, and especially if you pick Lich, because Lich, I'd say, it's sort of the same strength in terms of how good it is with the PA and Jug as the Mag is. You know, you see a Lich first pick, you're suddenly thinking they're going to want to pick a PA or a Jug. So you pick a Mag and a Lich.
You damn well know they're going to take one.
They know what they want to pick. They're going to take it away. So,
And then you end with a suboptimal hero. I mean, obviously they like the CK, but it doesn't feel as strong with those heroes as you say, and that does mean it's the end of the CIS region's just run at the major right now. And a pretty tough one. And we can look right back at the minor. We had a J178. We had Hellraisers. We had VP, who was supposed to be there, but obviously they couldn't make it. Are we just going to see it? Do you think, is there a possibility of a full shuffle even after this first major?
I mean, there's still time, right? It's the beginning of the season.
New patch.
There's been previous seasons as well where I feel like at the beginning it's sort of like CIS is all over the place. Everything's been shaken up. Teams are getting switched around. Players are everywhere. Then sort of as it goes on, you start to get these stacks that do develop and are able to bring it to the top level. But, you know, again, this season round, first major, it's not quite there for CIS. Will we see them improve? Absolutely. How long is it going to take? Who knows? Maybe by the second major, you're still going to see sort of the teams maybe fight out for sort of that 5th, 6th spot. It's going to take it to the later bits until you're sort of seeing like a new VP or a new sort of king of the CIS come to the top.
Oh, and you know what we are going to see, though? An interview from our boys over at Aster.
那这边也是准备了2个非常简单的问题，想问一下你们，因为我们可以看到在 BP 阶段，这个整体的阵容在选人阶段看下来是略微有一点摇摆，可以换位置。那最终决定让钢背兽打中单是你们准备的一个秘密武器吗？
This is Chen from Team Aster. Welcome for taking our interviews and congratulations for winning the series. And the first question is, you drafted a pretty flexible lineup and you chose Bristol back as the mid-lane hero. Is this kind of your secret weapon?
这不算秘密武器吧？就毕竟怎么说，就之前的阵容都搭配不了钢背兽，但觉得这把钢背兽很好发挥，就拿出来用。
Not really, but he think. 他说 not really, not really. So he said Bristol back had a good game during this tournament, during this series, so he chose Bristol back this time.
好的，那么在明天的话，你们的对手将会是 Alliance， 那会不会在这个战术和 BP 上面针对 Alliance 做出一些特别的准备呢？
So next up, you will be facing Alliance. Do you have any special preparation for BP or strategy?
目前为止还是没有的，因为我们比较算是一步一步来的打算嘛，就过了这关，我们下关才会应对怎么应付的。就我们待会会好好详谈那个有什么好的策略来应对。
So far we haven't prepared anything for Alliance because we play it step by step, and after winning one game, we prepare for the next one. So we will discuss this later.
好的，那么也是再次的恭喜你们取得这场比赛的胜利，希望在接下来的每一场比赛当中能够发挥出今天这样一个状态。谢谢。
Congratulations again.
Thank you.
接下来的话呢，让我们来期待下一场比赛的开始。一会儿见。
Looking forward to the upcoming games.
Yep. And always good to hear from the winning team, you know. Another pretty simple interview is we got in and we did what we had to do. We plan one game at a time. Not much to learn from that, but there's a lot to learn from how Aster looked in that last game. So going forward, I mean, you are playing against the Lions, who I think a lot of people are like, well, they had some okay runs at, you know, the Dream Leagues, the ESLs. Are they the real deal? Has the Lions convinced you guys they're the real deal?
Well, yes, I think, yeah, to a certain level. Like, sure, it's very easy. You read sort of the comments online. I think it's very easy to sort of get overhyped about the team because they have played at these lands where, you know, a lot of the top teams haven't been, and they've had deep, you know, good results. Obviously, their land win as well, being at the Dream League. But again, that was a very limited pool of teams. Is there something great there? Absolutely. Will they beat Aster in a best of 3?
That'll be a good one.
It's gonna that will be the real test. You know, their last legs in the lower bracket, best of 3 against Aster. I think they will, but
but
I don't know. It's really tough. I don't know. Alliance, you've seen some of the games so far at the major, and it's like, you know, it really is a very sort of flip-flop situation when you watch the team play. But I don't know. I think they will. I think because of the fact as well, you know. I mean, you heard there from trying to believe that he was saying that they hadn't really prepared for Alliance. They'll do it. They'll do it later.
They'll do it tonight.
Alliance, they're already preparing. They were probably preparing before they played TNC because they were probably like, TNC's probably going to beat us. Let's start thinking about the lower bracket.
Yeah.
Because you know, it's understandable going against TNC. They're, you know, as I said, I think they're going to win the tournament. I think Alliance as well would have respected how good TNC is. So you've got to sort of look forward to where you could end up being, and against. In the lower bracket, you probably would have expected to meet Aster. So I think Alliance would have done the prep. So I'd give them the slight edge in that series when it comes up.
I think I would go with Aster. I agree that I think Alliance is definitely good enough to beat them, but the weakest part for me that we saw in the group stages from Alliance was their drafting. A couple of games it just looked a little bit klutzy back and forth, and I don't know how much you learn about Aster from this game. Like, basically, it all came down to a bristle pick that they said themselves, this isn't really our secret weapon. It's just, it looked like it was a good game for bristle.
And it did.
So to me, like, I think that the Mikasa, like, particularly with, you know, relatively new team, to be completely honest, I was like a super not believer in Alliance, and they proved me completely wrong. I still think that they're a really, really good team, but they have like a couple of pieces that I think they need to still work out, particularly in the drafting. I think that's the thing that's strongest about Aster is their drafting.
So they got to prove it on this big stage finally. As we said, they did win a LAN, though it was, you know, a little bit weaker competition. But that means we do need to move on. In the next match, it is going to be Fnatic. It is going to be Unknown. When we get back, that'll be the match. It's a best of 1. We're going to see another team go home, so make sure to stick around and watch it with us.